All right, here's the last of the 7 main patterns, okay? This pattern is intended to stretch the adductors, all right? The adductors, again, they're another muscle that's in Yonda's classification, always gets short in response to the stress of gravity, all right? So we're going to get the adductor in this stretch. But the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to use a breathing technique. And we're going to rock our rib cage in one direction, we're going to rock our pelvis in another direction, and we're actually going to stimulate the psoas muscle here. All right? This is more sophisticated than the other stretches that we're going to do, but we're going to be working with our respiratory diaphragm, rocking our pelvis anteriorly, elevating our rib cage and rocking it posteriorly, all along with a breathing pattern. All right. So anyway, it starts like this. You can get your back right up against the wall. It's not about how far you get your feet apart. You know, just get them spread apart a little bit, right? And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to learn how to elevate our rib cage, okay? There's 2 ways to elevate our rib cage. One's called bucket handle elevation, and the other's called pump handle elevation. Bucket handle elevation is the first part of our breath, where we go. See my shoulders come up a little bit? Exhale. My ribs are going like this. They look like 2 bucket handles, okay? Now I can take that bucket handle and now I can pretend that there's a pump handle sticking out of my chest and somebody's going to lift up on it, right? Like that. That's called pump handle elevation, okay? So the pump handle elevation, see how it elevates my rib cage, but it rocks it posteriorly. All right, it's rocking my rib cage away from my pelvis. Okay, now at the same time, as I'm lifting up like that, my pelvis is rotating anteriorly. So they're pulling away from each other. As they pull away from each other, I get the adductor stretch, and I'm pretty sure I'm also getting that psoas to fire. I'm not going to say definitely I am, but anyway. So anyway, this is a little bit more sophisticated. So you start like this, right? And all you're going to do is bucket handle, pump handle, release. Bucket handle, pump handle, release. Gotta remember, when you pump handle, your pelvis rotates anteriorly, and if you push your tummy out a little bit, that'll help. Just like that. Okay? So maybe I might do that 5 times. You know, again, you're looking for a supple extension, feeling comfortable with it. So now I change the position, right? I increase the tension on my adductors just by changing my position. Bring my feet together like this, okay? Same exact pattern though. Bucket handle, pump handle. And as I pump handle and rotate my pelvis forward, you feel a big stretch in through here, okay? Okay, so that's the intermediate piece of this. The last piece of this takes the focus away from the pump handling and the bucket handling. And it's going to be a manual stretch of the adductor, all right? So you get the heel of your palm, get it right in here on the adductors, the long adductors. So you take your breath. That's the bucket handle piece. The pump handle piece doesn't happen because now you did the bucket handle, you're going to push down into these long adductors, and what you're trying to do is, they're like this, you're trying to bow them like that to increase their length. Push, bow down through, and then release. Some people think that you can push down on your knees and get a good stretch here. If you push down on your knees way out here at the end of this lever arm, you're just going to hurt your hip joint capsule. Get your hands in here on the adductor and push down. Your joint capsule doesn't even come into it. But the adductor gets a tremendous manual stretch. All right, so here we go. We're going to start like this. This is phase one. We're just bucket handle, pump handle, rock our pelvis. Okay, you might do that 5 times. Change the positional tensioning. Still getting the bucket handle, pump handle, rocking the pelvis forward, lifting the rib cage up, elevating the rib cage. There's a little more tension in here. And then we move to the third phase. We just bucket handle, and then we manually push down through those adductors to bow them out into increase their length. That's the 7th pattern. Give it a try.